You just want to sit over here with that. You can sit over here. Yeah.
He could be a millionaire.
So you didn't give me none yet?
It's a good thing.
What do you want?
You got another copy of the agenda?
Can I make one? Can I have one? Thank you. I usually bring mine, and I forgot today.
Here, here.
One full session with both parts.
No,
Okay.
that's not it. Oh, sorry, I thought that was it. Sorry.
Here. Maybe order. Oh, she's out, that's okay.
Watson,
Here.
Passo,
Here.
Yeager, here, Ricardo,
Here.
Dees,
Here.
Nelson.
Here. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the August meeting minutes? Motion. Second.
Watson,
Yes.
Yeager,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ricardo,
Yes.
Dees,
Yes.
Passo.
Yes.
Our auditor's going to give a report. Kevin?
Okay, you have in front of you three documents. I'm not gonna spend much time on the numbers side of it, there's not, I just want to hit the highlights. As I tell you every year, everything in this report except our opinions is your information. So although we show up, we look at the financial statements, we perform audit procedures, then we make suggested journal entries, then those are incorporated to what we're gonna talk about today. One of the things, the big thing that is different, is our opinion on the financial statements are at the beginning like usual. Because you got more than $1 million worth of federal money last year in your grants to the IEPA, you're required to have what's called a single audit, basically a federal audit. So in the back of the report, starting at page 36, there's a couple different letters that talks about government auditing standards. So typically you have general auditing standards, then you have the government auditing standards, and then you've got the federal program level, which is, you find all three of those letters today, or this year. So the only thing that might be a little bit new to some of you is the schedules after page 36 show the required disclosures for the audit of the federal programs. And as you can imagine, the federal government takes it fairly seriously as far as the requirements, as far as the federal audit. There wasn't any real problems other than the lack of segregation of duties in the organization, which is something that's there when you only have the number of people you have, and the fact that we prepare the report for you. Now, one of the things that I just one of the things that's in the recommendations letter, but for 26, what's going to occur is you signed one grant agreement under the old, quote, rules with the IEPA for the audit that we did this year. The one that kicks in for next year, so the money that's coming, is under the new rules, which say it has to be done under the accrual system. And I'll try to make this as plain and brief as I can, but municipalities of your size budget on the cash basis, they appropriate on the cash basis, they levy on the cash basis, and they expend on the cash basis. Basically, everything that comes in is recorded, and everything that goes out is recorded. But you don't go out and say, okay, the county owes us this money for taxes that they've already levied but won't come till next year. You don't say, hey, we may have an unfunded pension liability with IMRF. You don't go out and say, we've got these bills that are still waiting to be paid that we just haven't paid. So when, I'll make this really brief as I can, but starting 2018, they wanted to force, all the state wanted to force all municipalities to file under using GAAP or accrual methods. And what that does, it will render the numbers that I give you pretty much useless for anything you want to use them for. Because it will be your numbers, but there'll be these numbers that you haven't seen yet, liabilities and or receivables that haven't showed up. So it will make no sense with what you do. So there was such a stink when the state tried to do that, that enough villages and municipalities complained that they said, okay, as long as you stay on the cash basis or modified cash basis, which is what you are, then you do not have to convert to that. So everything is fine, and then when you get this certain grant from IEPA, they say, by the way, we want, as far as our loan and the programs that we're loaning on, to be on the accrual basis, which causes a problem because it requires more work. Even after those loans are done, it's a more complicated thing when you have to go out and show receivables and go out and pick payables out. And like I said, I'll be giving you numbers that will make no sense for budgeting for your purposes at all. So our suggestion is, what we've done in some of the other municipalities, because I've had this problem with some of the larger municipalities starting probably 8 years ago. And what we did was, we do one report exactly like what you're going to see that goes to the state of Illinois on the modified cash basis. And then there would be one report that we would pull out the water and sewer fund and basically make the adjustments for accrual for only them, which are simpler accruals, because you don't have to record future pension liabilities, and it makes it relatively similar, except you have receivables and payables. So what that does, it satisfies your grant requirements, because it has to be done, but also by doing one on the modified cash basis, when we build on this would be 80% of the work, or 70% of the work, then there's more work that has to be done to get to accrual. But the good thing about it is, as soon as you're not getting those grants, you're not hardwired in to, you haven't given up your grandfather exemption to be modified cash with the state of Illinois. I talked about this with Tony, I've talked about it, the other problem, and Beverly, who's probably tired of hearing this. But I just want to warn you, so that's what we're going to propose. It's your decision to make. If you want to switch everything to accrual, we can do that. But just realize that even after the grants are over, you'll still be staying on accrual. And those numbers, if you want to use them for budgeting purposes, won't make any sense. So just let you know that's what's coming. We'll consult you, we'll do what you want to do. Most of my other municipalities, because of what we just talked about, all of them, are saying, no, we'll do it that way while we have the grant requirements, then we won't have to do that going forward. So
When do you need to know, Kevin?
just before our next audit, so it's
Oh,
not, it's
okay.
not an issue.
Okay.
So anyway, that's one of the big differences. Now, you still will be under the federal audit guidelines that we've talked about, because you're going to get more money through the lead line grant. So, I mean, that's not going away, at least for next year. The other thing to be aware of is, it's up to $1 million worth of expenditures of federal monies. So part of the money you get from IEPA is state money, part of it's federal money. When they first started passing out, very little of it was federal. Almost all of it was state, like 89%. Now a big hunk of it is federal money. So if you're getting IEPA, money from the IEPA, and it's above $1 million in expenditures, probably going to have always have a federal audit. And what I'm suggesting is, if you keep an eye on it, so let me give you the example, you get $1.2 million from them in 1 year, one fiscal year. And I've had this exact, because one of my municipalities planned it. It's not on when you get it, it's when you expend it. So you've got $1.2 million as April 30th, you pay a bill in May for $250,000 out of that money. You're now below the $1 million and you don't have to have a federal audit, save you $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. So just kind of be aware, if that's an option, there's no sense paying me more money, and there's no sense me having to do more work than is necessary. Now, you have to comply, don't get me wrong, but it is based on expenditures. People sometimes get confused and think, well, I got this $1.2 million, I'm going to have one. It depends on when it's expended. So if you can time your expenditures accordingly, I'm all for it. It's just that much less work I have to do, less money you have to spend. So, as far as the numbers themselves, we'll just spend a few minutes on that. If you want to turn to page 5, our opinion is what came first. It says, and one of the things that's covered in the opinion this year is we were not able to audit the RV lot rentals. There was no contracts, and my understanding that they went onto some kind of website, and then they booked their reservation, and that website's down and is no longer available. So one of the recommendations that we've got in here is you need to have some kind of formal thing for people to track, and there should be contracts that says, because from our standpoint is, we see the money come in, and we don't know how much should have came in. You know, if someone's showing up out there, they book a reservation, they don't pay you, there's nothing to tie the number to that we see. So just be aware, that's one of the things we're saying, that those numbers weren't available to us to tie anything out with. So there's a qualification report for that this year. Then on page 5, the big things here, this is the ND-wide, it's 2 columns, governmental activities, which is basically your general fund, MFT, and I think you have a drug program or something, and business type activities, which is water and sewer. The big things here is that you had $174,000 worth of fixed asset purchases in the governmental fund, which is the general fund, but over $2 million in water and sewer because of those grants that it's nothing that you're not aware of. Now, although you added $2 million to your assets, only $597,000 in the liabilities because of all the forgiveness. The IPA is forgiving a lot of what you got as loans, and they forgive them up front now. Didn't used to at the end, before they used to forgive them at the end, now they forgive them at the beginning. The lead line project that you got going on either now or this current year is going to be 100% forgiveness. The federal government's backing all that. So it'll all be forgiven. And this is all because of what you heard out of Flint, Michigan, and people getting poisoned by lead line. So anyway, so that's the big thing on those pages. And if you want to turn to page 7, just briefly, there's not a real deterioration of the funds, but the general fund cash did go down by $97,000 last year. So please be aware of that. Motor fuel tax went up by 27. That's just based on that's determined by the projects that you approve. Page 9, which is the income and expense, shows the income and outflow of expenses for the general fund and the MFT. Basically, no difference in the income. For MFT, you were down $14,000 in the general fund. I'm only highlighting one of that because you changed the date that the lot rentals were due from April to May. So lot rentals were down $16,000 this year. It moved money out of the current year. So just be aware of that. The expenditures were up $60,000 in general fund, but that wasn't really the kind of controllable expenses. General government, streets and alleys, and public safety was actually down 40. Capital outlay, some of those assets we talked about that you bought were in the general fund. That was up $100,000 this year. So nothing earth-shaking there. Then if you turn to page 11, and if I'm going too fast, I'll be glad. There's about 50 pages here, so I'm trying to make this as smoothly as I can. The water fund was up $90,000 in cash and due funds, and the sewer fund was up 84, which was obviously a big improvement on those funds. And then page 12 shows you where your money's coming from on those funds and where it's going out. The big thing that water receipts were up 24, but water purchases were down, and sewer fund was up 94. If you look down almost 3/4 of the way down under non-operating revenues, here's where the big things that happened in the village this year. IEPA forgave over $1 million worth of water loans and $362,000 worth of sewer. So it's not like you got a huge amount of cash inflow, well you did temporarily, but that's what's helping to pay for those projects that you've got going on. So that's why the numbers that we talked about in the assets were going up, and the liabilities didn't go up near as much because of all that forgiveness. And you're welcome to read the rest of this at your leisure. I wasn't going to spend any more time with this. The federal programs information starts in 36 and goes to page 47. So that's the new stuff for this year, the additional audit reports, numbers, and summary of the work that had to be done. Then, as always, you have a letter from us that's called, if you look in the middle of the page, that says significant audit matters. These are things that are required to be talked about whether issued or not. The only issue that we had that's different is what we talked about, the RV lot rentals. We weren't able to audit those this year. Then at the back of that, remember I told you at the beginning of the meeting that we take your numbers, we do our audit procedures and make suggested journal entries. At the back of that, those last 3 pages of that letter have the adjustments that we suggested. And a lot of these are recording that equipment. It's not on a modified or cash basis, which you keep your books on. When you buy something that's expense, it goes to expense account. Modified cash so that you can record those assets and keep track of those assets. We make suggested journal entries to move those and to record the payable and any other corrections that we see during the period. So you're welcome to look at that. Beverly has already approved those. The other letter that we always have each year where we talk about your internal controls, and we say that it is a weakness in that you've got one person, Beverly, who basically does all the numbers. We also obviously have a weakness if we can't track RV lot rentals. That's something that can be done. I'm not recommending that you hire more people to just do duplicate functions. So that's always going to be there. It's in all my small municipalities. That's not an unusual thing. One of the things that we talked about was the missing documentation for RV rentals. Credit card receipts, the 40 that we looked at or tested, 13 the transactions did not have a receipt. So we're saying you shouldn't reimburse someone or pay someone or pay a bill without a receipt. Now, it puts the person writing the check in a real problem if it's a municipal credit card and there just aren't any receipts. So you're able to do whatever policy you want to set up. I was a controller of a business at one point in time, and if they didn't give me, they had to use their own credit cards. We didn't have company, and if they didn't give me a receipt, they just didn't get paid. Now, that's harsh. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I think you need to take it, if you're not getting receipts, you have to do something to make people, if they're going to use your card, your municipal card, to give Beverly the receipts so that she knows that it's authorized and that it's what you want it to be paid for. And understand, audits, sometimes people have misconceptions. We don't look at every transaction, we test transactions. We don't look at all the transactions. We'd be here for months to try to trace everything out. So that's why I'm telling you, it's a pretty high percentage, 13 out of 40, to be missing. Then, water bill, you're probably tired of hearing this. Shrinkage was about 38% this year. Now, I understand a lot of things that you're doing and putting in the ground will help with that. But just keep track of that. So what you want to have happen each month is have what you pumped compared to what was billed, and if that changes dramatically, if you got a leak somewhere, what's you know, is in the treatment of it. And what seems really high is that because you're not really doing much treatment, you're buying your water. So that makes that 38%. I've had municipalities like that, but they usually had a water plant problem or whatever. Okay, just make sure that federal wages in 941 reconcile it, because section 125 for anything withheld for insurance doesn't need to be reported on that line. IMRF for the calendar year was off by 2,000 compared to reported on W2. Anytime you have an asset sale, there should be kind of a bill of sale for it and documentation of board approval. I think you sold a truck this year, is that what it was? Okay, so we talked about the difference that's coming for next year's audit. Also, we talked about there was we became aware of in our discussions that there were documentation deleted from obviously the village computers. Obviously, you need to have protocols, backups, something that can't happen again. I think one of the things to be kind of careful about where having volunteers do something in a municipality is wonderful, but you have very little control if it's not their specific function. And if they stop doing or do something that you don't want them to do, I think you just got to make sure that the volunteers are operating under your still control. Because we've had, back when I was doing school districts, we had booster clubs getting money for certain improvements, and then there was no accounting to the municipality for that, to the school district for how much came in and how much was improved, and that's a problem, because you're responsible. You know, if someone's going out there under the village name and saying, we're gonna do this for the village, you're basically have a fiduciary responsibility of everything that happens, so just, for whatever it's worth. Not against volunteers, you're still responsible for whatever things that they do or don't do. So, I probably took more time than you wanted me to take, sorry. If there's any questions now, I'll be glad to answer them. If there isn't, if you look at something, my name's on the letterhead and our phone number's on the bottom of the page, so. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the help that I get when I come. Beverly's pretty much here it is. It is what it is, you know? Here's where I think you messed up, here's where you can look for that. You know, so anyway, we appreciate that. Because the recommendations are basically based on a whole lot of years of doing this and trying to keep you from having a big problem. I have really no authority, you can still do whatever you choose to do, just if it's bad enough, then I wouldn't give an opinion on anything, and that causes a whole lot of excitement. It wasn't anything like that. We talked about the issues that need to be fixed. If I put you to sleep, or you just feel like you've been beat up.
Want to go over?
Any questions there, or you just want to move on?
No, I think we'll move on and we'll just read it. If we have questions, we'll call and ask.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Kevin, thank you. You're welcome, thank you. And that red box is your flash drive.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, I have the opening of the sealed bids.
We have a special guest, is she?
No, she's.
Okay, all right.
Okay, wait a minute, Tony, before we open bids, last week or 2 weeks ago, I brought up, about the open bids, I made a comment, I thought we'd start this in June, and I was told by somebody very personal in my life and others that I was calling out Jamie for no damn reason, when I was trying to say all of us, including myself, was guilty. So since I embarrassed her on TV and on the private meeting or open meeting, I personally want to apologize to you. I didn't mean to say that you weren't doing your job by not having this bid posted. I was actually yelling at myself and everybody for not doing it and not keeping you up to date on that. I mean, that means all of us, Tommy in the street, not giving you time in that. So I apologize to you publicly because I kind of embarrassed you publicly, so I just own up to that.
Thank you.
Okay, we got one bid for the mower. Bill Davis for $325. Motion to accept that bid, that's the only bid we have.
I make a motion that we accept the $325 bid for the mower.
Okay, the next thing is the new dump truck. We've got two bids on that.
We move on from the, we
Yeah.
just had a one here.
Watson,
I don't even know what the board looks like or what it's worth or anything. I don't have any idea if that's.
Okay, I'll second the motion, as asked Tommy. It's a mower, it's a flip down, that no parts are available ever again for it, so it's just sitting there collecting dust.
Okay, then yes.
Gator, yes. Nelson,
Yes.
Ricardo,
Yes.
Dees,
Yes.
Casa.
Yes.
Manley Excavating for $855.25, and a bid from Richard Keeper for $2,000.
Oh, what's this? Huge difference.
Blue dump truck. We've had it since the 80s.
So Richard has got it. We need approval for it.
I make a motion to sell to Keeper for $2,000.
I second it.
Jaeger,
Yes.
Ricardo,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Keys,
Yes.
Passo.
Yes.
And lastly, our lane down on Springfield Street.
We received one.
That's all.
Yeah, you're gonna take the people off of it.
Please accept my anonymous bid of $201 for following property.
How much is it?
$201.
201?
Yeah.
I make a motion, we accept the bid for the Springfield property for 201. $201.
You do not.
Is that, what's that, what property is it?
That's a lot down there where I told the house.
Okay, I thought it was Springfield Street, is that not right?
Yeah.
No,
Is that, what street is it on?
That's Springfield Street.
Yeah, okay, for $201.
How much was spent on that project?
14,000.
Yeah, no, Yeah.
That's a good investment.
Motion's on the table, right?
No.
No? No motion.
For lack of a second.
Wait for a second. Probably not gonna happen.
So like a second, it dies.
Yep.
Okay, we have an ordinance, you guys probably all got copies, I'll make it that out of the banner.
I gave them all a copy.
Where all this property was. That young man has done all the, prep work for down there and paid all the surveyors. And done everything, I just need a motion to approve the, ordinance to vacate that alley.
That's down there at the, Arthur place, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What we did, we give a half a lot and took a half a lot, basically.
That's the one he paid for
He
everything.
paid for everything
He
else.
said he's willing to buy back our portion if we want to sell it, right?
Yeah, and that's something we'll be talking about in the future probably.
I make a motion.
I'll second it.
Keys, Ricardo,
Yeah.
Nelson,
Yes.
Jaeger, Passo,
Yes.
Watson.
Yes.
Okay, the police chief, there's been a lot of crap on the internet, which there always is. But, the reason we didn't hire this new chief is we couldn't get together on a contract. Times and everything was set up, but there was a bit of a disagreement. We just couldn't get together on a contract. And I just told him, we're just done, we're not gonna negotiate some more over it. And then there was also crap about us hiring somebody from down south. There was never anything brought up about hiring. We're not hiring anybody down there. It was just to take applications. And that's all we did. We had that application on file. This one fell through. I called the man. He come up and we give him an interview. That's all there was to it, nothing else. So at this point, we're still looking for a police chief. Anybody got any suggestions, you know anybody? Let me know.
I'll do
Okay, the kitchen equipment, I'm assuming it's what we want to sell. Sam, is that what that was about? The kitchen equipment, that was about what we were going to sell down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a list.
Yeah.
CJ gave me a list of everything that's down there.
That's everything down there, the sewer plant.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff up here too.
But he did have a couple questions on two. He didn't know if we owned it or not. That's more for Jared to answer than any
So
of
we
us.
have a canoe and a paddle boat.
I remember you telling me
From
it
like,
worked.
we've had it for like 2 years. They never came to pick it up from the lake. I don't know if we technically own that now or not.
Probably shouldn't sell it just in case, you know, if somebody does come back and want it. I mean, I didn't specifically, look. When do we have it for sale? Do we know when we're selling it though?
We haven't set a date yet. It's going to go up for sealed bids probably.
Okay, if it goes out for sealed bids, just let me know and I'll look into it. After a while, it does become your own personal property. I just can't remember the amount of time that goes by where that works. It depends on what piece of property is too. So it doesn't sound like anybody's coming out of the woodwork for either one of these things. So it probably isn't a problem, but let's not sell something that's not ours and then have somebody come back and say, where's my $300?
It's been under 2.5 years, so I don't know.
I agree. Probably throw it in the pile and let somebody try and buy it.
Can I make
I
a
wanna
suggestion
go-
with that? I was told that, the old park committee is the one who, and the village of Kincaid is the one who purchased those items. So maybe somebody should talk to Doug Thomas to see what.
Are you talking about the
Mayor?
paddle boats?
Yeah,
No, we got other ones.
oh, okay.
We got those from the lake. Somebody left their lot.
Oh. Aren't they?
If it's pursuant to the lot, we may just, sorry, if they were both found at the lake, we probably have something in the contract that we make them sign at the lake lot. It says, if you don't, and I'm saying that just, I haven't read the lake contract probably ever, because it was in place before I was instated. But there's probably something that says, if you leave it here, you forfeit it at some juncture. So let's check that, CJ, before we sell it. But it's probably right. If somebody wants to send it to me, I can take a look at it, or you could probably read it and find out as well. But I imagine, and the reason I say that is most lot leases have that provision that basically says, if you lose the lot or you know, the season's over and you don't remove your property within a time certain, it turns over to the village.
I want to backstep.
These are at the park? Or they're at the
These are
lake?
at the sewer plant right now.
Okay.
I want to backstep back to the bids because I forgot, we didn't get any bids on that sweeper truck. What do we want to do with it?
Got a question, can't we go on the Illinois iBid where we reach out to every community?
Maybe.
Yes,
in the
we
state of
can.
Illinois?
Yep.
I mean, like the trash pumps, the 2 trash pumps supply, all the stuff that's worth money, like that, I think we should go on iBid, where it's open to all municipalities, and I think we pay 3 to 4%.
I think it's 40% already.
It's cheaper than the auctioneer that we talked about, that we decided not to do. But instead of having all these open bids for $2 or $100 or whatever the hell we get, maybe go on iBid, and if they don't sell there, then we go somewhere else. But at least we're putting on iBid and trying to make some money off of it.
Now, the sweeper truck, because I'm not, or, I mean, I am, but not that kind of truck. Is that the one we were gonna sell to Macon,
That was the back track.
the back truck?
Nobody was gonna buy the
Oh,
sweeper.
good, so this is that yellow piece of garbage that rolls around and
Yeah.
tries to sweep the streets, okay. The one we got for free from
Surplus.
Navy surplus, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I do, we just need to put on iBid, if not, you probably wouldn't want to figure it out for a moment.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
that's
'cause
correct.
we can put anything we want on there. Yeah. Let's try that.
Sorry, Jamie,
It's okay.
I'm apologizing early.
Okay, moving on, we're gonna go with the, we got this contract that was signed, well, it really isn't much of a contract, it was just a bill that was given of what work was gonna be done at the dam. And it was supposed to be done last year, it never got done. And at this point, I met him out there several times. This is gonna have to be altered one sooner or later, because what we're gonna have to do is get in the spillway and cut chunks out of that spillway to the sides and replace it. Problem is, this all come about from an inspection 3 years ago. Well, guess what? We got another inspection in about 2 weeks, and we haven't done nothing, except for put the rock on the spillway. He was supposed to have me a bid today, and he didn't. I'm doing this job, so I guess we'll have to wait till next week or next month to get it paid. But because a lot of stuff he has on here, he's not going to use, because his initial job was going to try to lift the spillway, seal it off, and lift the spillway and try to get it resealed because it seeps, and then do the spillway itself. He's going to raise the dam. Problem is, I had an outfit, well, being our contractor is out of payment. It would cost us $32,000 to block that water off and pump it out so they can repair that dam. There's no way we can afford that. So until we find out for sure what they're going to require for us to do, we do know we got to repair the spillway. So I just wanted to keep you a heads up on that. Once I have a bid, I'll let everybody know. We just have to vote on the next meeting. I know he's wanting to get started on it, but he should have had a bidder for me. Okay. New business. Kip?
So, we discussed at a couple of meetings before, getting the kitchen open back up to do a drive-up fish fry. My availability to run this would be either Saturday, October 21st, or Saturday, the following Saturday, November 1st. And before I move any further, I want to make sure that that's a good date and we can have the volunteers from the board to help us for it.
Not 21st for me.
No for 25th for Christie?
21st of October.
Okay.
You said 21st or 25th?
25, October
Yeah,
25th.
25th is a Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday, October 25th or November 1st. That's when I'm available with the license.
Well, what hours are you planning on running it?
Well, I mean, figured what we need to do is talk about, at a committee meeting, pretty much basically what I was talking about is do an online, or not online, but do pre-orders. Already have the orders and have them pick it up between 4 o'clock and 6 p.m., drive up, sell out tickets, and so we can buy 100 dinners, and it'll be done right, it'll be done correctly, but I don't want to do, I just do not want to do it by myself if I can avoid it.
Well, unless something happened, I can help.
Yes, that's, I really, what I'd like to know, we can talk about the specifics. That'd be the easy part, it's just making sure we got a date that works for everybody, because we're gonna need the board members to run it.
How come we couldn't do it earlier than that, like September 27th or something? Why do we gotta wait that late?
We don't have to wait, well,
I mean, would September 27th work? I mean, it's still.
the only thing that I'm
halfway
gonna say
through.
about that, Gina, is giving us time to market it, and giving us time to sell tickets, that's the only thing that I'm saying. I'm not available, I'm not available, I could do it, no, I couldn't do it 4th either. No, I mean, that's my availability. I could do September 27th, but the only problem with September 27th, in my opinion, is that doesn't give us enough time to put all the effort. We want this to be successful, so we want to make sure that we don't do it correctly, and have enough time to market it correctly to the, So besides Christie, is the October 25th date a not,
October 25th, or 21st was not, I thought it was. you
oh,
said-
no, if I said 21st, I misspoke. I meant to say the 25th.
Okay.
Huh?
You said the 21st first time.
Did I?
Yes, that's why I wrote
No,
down.
forgive me. I meant the 25th is a Saturday, October 25th. Week before Halloween, or, no, well, kind of. A few days before Halloween.
Unfortunately, every Saturday from October, November, I keep stats for high school football, or my grandkids have flag football, so I'm out, sorry.
Yeah, once we get the date, once I get the date,
I'm just saying, the 3 dates that you threw out, you threw out 2, and she threw out 1, so I just, I looked at my calendar every
I-
October.
I could do October 25th.
Sue,
I can say yes, I don't know if I'll be here or not.
yeah, I figured that we would do, I mean, like I said, we'll talk about it, or we'll kind of run it exactly that, well, we ran it 2 days last time. Jenny, you and Beverly available? You guys were our servers last year.
It's only one day.
It's only one day.
No, I thought we did 2 nights.
We
We
did
did?
one night. I know.
We talked about it, but we only got one.
Even better. I say if we pre-sell,
You know, and
we pre-sell, and we know we're gonna sell 100, we give every one of the board members about 8 or 10 tickets and pre-sell them, and
Yeah, but how are you gonna do
You know,
that
we-
and
we
guarantee
could-
fresh food? I mean,
we
you
could
don't have
still-
time.
that's the easy part, Tony, but
we can still run it out, put it out on Facebook or put it around town in the post office. We don't have to say, we could do one night, we could just do nothing but make pizza, and they could drive through and get pizza.
I know you like that. I was thinking about doing that on a Friday night, but I
And,
thought, no,
and
it's
then,
later for
you know,
football.
especially after the game or whatever, you just drive through, pick up your pizza, custom made the way you want it. Or then, you know, you could throw in french fries and fish if you want, you
Does
know.
anybody know if they got a home game on the 24th?
No, no,
27.
See, that'd be nice. I thought about that.
Pizza will go, and if we have enough people to just chain it on down, we can get those ready to go in no time.
So, but I mean, as far as fresh food, I mean, we're only gonna cook 100 dinners, and then, you know, and they're gonna come through the drive-through in between that window of opportunity. You know, they're gonna have their tickets, they're gonna hand you 2 tickets, that's gonna give them 2 dinners, and off the road they go.
And the money we raise is gonna go back to the park fund, is that correct?
100%, or wherever, I don't, it doesn't matter.
No, I mean,
We should probably, we would, if we do it correctly, we sell 100 dinners, and we do it, we should make $500 or $600 bucks.
Okay, Saturday,
In that 2-hour period of time. You got a
September
question in the back there, Tony? I don't know if we're ready for questions yet or not, but.
She can speak, go ahead.
Well, my question is the same as the mayor's. I don't want my food to be sitting there for 2 hours.
Trust me, that's not gonna be the case. I don't know why that even got brought up, trust me. We're not-
Well, so you're gonna fry
We know how to serve it out there.
So you're gonna fry the fish and
Yes,
serve
fry
it
the
as you
fish,
go along?
as we go along,
Yes.
we're gonna, yes, it's a piece of cake. We're only got 100, so
Why
it'll
don't you
be
just have a phone, have them call, and like we do at the church?
however you want to do it. But see, I think at that point in time, that's why we need to discuss it during committee. I mean, nothing's in stone. If you're asking me, what we probably need to do first, let's get a date. Let's make sure the date works.
Well, I'm good either way.
October 11th, you have a home football game at 7 o'clock.
Okay, I'm gonna be in Manhattan, New York City, but I'm gonna be gone from the 6th through the 16th.
Okay.
Unless somebody else has got a food license, they're welcome
The
to it.
25th, you have a home game at 6 o'clock.
There you go.
October 25th, that's
There you go.
nice.
Say we run it before they go before we-
Well, those home games start in the afternoon, don't they?
This one's at 6 o'clock.
That even, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
It's
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about
Kids at 1.
Yeah.
Is that the JFL game or is that the Martin?
Kev, Kev, you tell me, I'll volunteer.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that we have this on the committee meeting for the
Well,
fall.
we'll talk about the rest of this on committee meeting.
Yeah.
We got a set date of the 25th.
Yeah, October 25th.
Well,
yeah.
now there's questions, so let's hold on.
Jamie, we put that on our committee meeting. All right, it's awesome.
We need you, our drive-up waitress. You and Beverly, in roller skates and poodle skirts.
Okay, so we'll table that until committee meeting.
October 25th, okay.
All right, the exhaust fans at the park.
I brought that up, we need to get them fixed right.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he fixed them the night of the meeting to get everybody through. And he's got a proposal that he has not given me yet of how he could fix it with the correct fans, the right size and everything. So I'll have it at the next commission, the next meeting to bring up.
Okay. All right, so we'll table that in the next meeting. Okay, and donating money back to community club?
I brought that up. I think we need to do something, donate something back, but we need to also keep a little bit for
The electricity.
bill.
And I also want to say they didn't do a very good job cleaning. And we went down there the other day. It wasn't.
One thing that I wanted to bring up, and I was just curious, is that when they rented the park, they should have had the restrooms, and I think they had to pay out for porta potties. Were the restrooms not open?
They didn't want it.
They didn't want
They
it.
didn't want
That was
They had
that
the
was
keys.
their choice.
They chose not to have the restrooms.
I even went down there and washed them, cleaned them.
Yeah,
Because I mean, that's a pretty penny that they
Put new
need
lights
to put out.
Put new lights in it and everything. That was their option.
Wow, I'm surprised. Yeah, but I'm with Jason, we need to,
I spent an hour cleaning up broken glass, broken bottles, cans, just garbage
In the
everywhere.
kitchen itself,
All around the park. There were broken bottles everywhere.
I don't see how they were responsible, because once they clean up everything around there, kids go down there, parties go down there.
These were beer bottles.
No, these
I'm
were.
saying, I was 16, I drank beer down there.
Well, the stuff I seen in the kitchen was fresh. I mean, there was a good response. You know, there wasn't.
One thing
I
I
don't
want to
think it was
say,
any better than what it was when we left it the other day. You know, that.
I scrubbed that kitchen down.
well, one thing, if we're gonna rent it out for $250, we better make sure we clean it before they go in there. Because Robin and there were 4 days in a row cleaning all the cobwebs, all the cockroaches, all the boxes got left behind. Chicken behind the refrigerator and stuff like that, I saw.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna rent it out, like American Legion, you rent it out, you walk in there, it's clean.
Well, I don't mind giving them back their fee or even
No, I
charging.
mean, this is anybody who rents it out, it
But
better
we
be
need
clean
to be
before we do it.
paid, we still need to be paid for the services, for the electricity,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
just
stuff like
saying,
that. But I have no problem.
donate
That's-
$100,
that's for the
keep
kids.
$150 for the electric.
That's fine.
make the motion, I'll support it, Jason.
Hang on here, okay? Because I'm gonna be the one writing the check. So we're gonna, like the Midland Community Club, $250 to rent the park, $250 to rent the kitchen. You're saying the kitchen wasn't cleaned up, so what do I do here? Because that's what that extra $250 is for.
The
It's
thing
a
is-
deposit if they do not clean it.
The thing is, I don't know that the kitchen was cleaned when they got it.
It wasn't.
Right, so if they cleaned it, it just kind of like, it's a
But that
wash.
kitchen has not been used since last year.
No.
But I
No,
mean,
they were
So
the
they're
last
cleaning
ones
up
to
their
use
own
it.
mess from last
They
year.
were the last ones to use it, Gina, just so you know. But
The cleanup that they were doing was
There
cleaning
is a-
cobwebs and cockroaches and shit like that. I was down there. The day we had Dave King down there, they were scrubbing everything, cause they had rat poop, dog, or, roaches, cobwebs everywhere. And if we're gonna charge somebody $250, unfortunately, we should make it clean the day they walk in there.
was that in the new kitchen, Louis, or the old one?
That was a new kitchen, and they did the old one too. I mean, there was a cockroach that had, you could've called it the state bird, it was so damn big.
You know what, there's no way around this, we hear about somebody using the facility and not living clean. The only thing we're gonna have to do, if we want it done and we want it done correctly, if we charge them the $250 for the cleanup, then you're gonna have to hire a cleaning service, and we pay them the $250 to come in and clean it up. And that saves everybody's problem, no volunteers going down, and it may look clean to you, but it may be dirty to me. That way, it's done and cleaned before and after.
Is
That's
that
what I
something,
hate.
is that something we can, the lady that cleans this, we can ask her to clean that? You know,
Add that to her list.
one, you know, if anybody's gonna rent it out, see what you charge.
What are you gonna pay for them to clean it?
That would be something that you would have to ask her.
She, you know, let her, what would you charge us to go down
I
and do
would,
it?
I
But-
would think that $250 that we have, that we can change it from being security deposit to cleaning deposit and pay them the $250, because that's a big place, it's worth cleaning for $250. I wouldn't clean it for less.
But then you risk the people not
Yeah,
cleaning it at all.
Exactly, that's what I
Well,
was
that
thinking.
they're like, oh,
Well, there it is. Here's
here's the
where-
rest this time from last year, so what's the difference?
Well, and you know,
Yeah.
what they do have, and this is something that, you know, there is a cleaning list. It's posted right there. This is all the items that have to be done. I don't know that there was anybody that did it before, or did it after. And if there was, who would that person be? So we may have different opinions of how the kitchen was left, how the kitchen started, but if you have that cleaning list and you have somebody sign off on it, then we already have that in place. We just didn't do it. We didn't follow through with it. That's all
You know,
I'm saying.
You know well as I do, you can go into a bathroom that says employees wash their hands, and not all employees wash their hands. They don't follow this.
I know, but I know you got something.
I agree with you. You want to just hire it out to be clean, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about it, we don't have to worry about it. It's just that.
The way they do fryers too,
Yeah.
that'd be sweet.
That
It'd
would
be worth it.
That would be on a case-by-case basis then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Somebody, and I don't know who it is, and I.
Well, I got a cleaning lady, she does my house, I mean, I'm sure she cleaned out there
Let's-
too.
Yeah, there's.
Well, they need to know what they're doing when they do the fryers.
Yep, I was gonna say they.
Yeah,
really
but
know
not
what they're
anybody
doing when
can
it
do
comes
the
to
fryer
that
stuff, but it's a great idea, I like it.
Like I tore the hot dog roller apart, there was old nasty food in there, and I'm sure it wasn't from Midland because I don't think they used the hot dog roller. But there was a lot of crap that was in there.
There's a lot of people.
And I took it all apart because I've done it before. I cleaned it, I scrubbed it, and I put it all back together.
We'll figure that out.
If it's so.
Yeah.
If it's
That's what I was gonna
dry.
We'll just go on, we'll go on
You need
a
to figure
one-on-one
this out
basis.
though, what you're gonna do with Midland. Are you gonna send him back the $250 for the kitchen? Or are you gonna keep the $250 for the park, for the electric, the gas, the water,
And the cleaning.
and the cleaning? What are you gonna do here?
I think we ought to keep the
You're gonna have to
250.
change, because right now, we have where somebody pays $250 for the kitchen, $250 for the park. Somebody comes in tomorrow and says, hey, I wanna rent the park, what's $250? We have all the paperwork, we have a file in there with it. So you're gonna have to tell us what to do here when somebody comes in to rent this kitchen, or rent this park, you know? You've got Midland Community that is paying this money, and then you got South Fork Youth Association that had a stand down there and didn't pay anything. What do you guys wanna do?
We're gonna have to figure that out.
Well, we do, well,
No, I'm talking about with the youth
Well, we need-
association.
So you want me to say what they're gonna pay?
No.
No, what we need to do is we need to bring it up during a committee meeting, discuss it, because
Yes.
I don't think somebody needs to pay $250 if they're renting just the park. In my opinion, and that's something that we need to discuss. And also too, something else that we need to check into is that if we are going to repair the hood system, I promise you that if we want our insurance to cover us, need to be aware of the fact that we're renting that kitchen, they're gonna make us do a fire suppressant system. I promise you that. We're gonna have to do codes, and I promise you, there's things down there, there's no fire extinguishers down there right now.
Yes,
Yeah,
there is.
Well, not a class A. There's C. There's C. There's not a class
After the
C.
Monday after the meeting, I went down there, the extinguisher was
There was class A,
outdated.
there was
The
one,
next
there's
day
not
I
a C.
pulled up and every extinguisher up here was yeah, it was done. It's done now. It'll be done every year.
And last time we argued about the health department coming around, just so happened, they shut down the farmer's market for selling food.
Oh, really?
Yes, they
Because-
cannot sell baked goods anymore. The only thing they can bring is the homemade dog food and vegetables. That's why there was nobody out
You
there.
can't bring stuff from your kitchen. You can't cook stuff in your kitchen and sell it to the public. That's what you can't do. There's no way around it.
Oh, yeah, they shut down the house.
All right, one at
I
a
think
time.
this probably should go to committee because I'm thinking of what we're talking, and this is the same thing we've talked about for the last 2 or 3 years. But we also have an audit that says we need to have better internal controls. And maybe we need to look at what kind of policy and precedent we're setting with that and write it up well the first time instead of arguing about it again next year. So I would recommend we go back to the committee with this and try to hammer out some kind of policy.
Okay,
And get together with the the check writer to see what we can afford.
Finance committee.
Yep.
Let me see what the bill was last year for the electric, although they'll probably double this year because everybody has gone up. That's not too bad.
Okay, visitors, anybody have anything they want to say? Okay, moving on, approval of bills.
I make a motion, we pay our bills.
That's second.
Watson,
Yes.
Jaeger,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ricardo,
Yes.
Dees,
Yes.
Passo.
Yes.
Approval of treasurer's report.
You have my report, and also, the line that was fixed between Commonwealth and Railroad in the alley, they didn't put the whole line through. Tommy, can you back me up here with this? And it's not gonna cost as much as we had determined.
Yeah, that's thanks to
Probably
these
half.
guys, right?
When will we find that out?
As soon as I get the bill from them, I don't have the bill yet.
We're
They've
gonna still
already-
have to cash out a CD?
They're done, right, Tommy?
I'm pretty sure they went about 60 feet, pretty close to 60 feet.
If we can hold off cashing the CD or getting a loan against the CD, I would rather take it out of the general fund and have the sewer fund and start paying the general fund.
Versus a loan all day long.
Got it.
Sounds good.
And what Bev's saying, I want to thank Tommy and CJ and Dallas for saving us money, because they went down there and camera zoomed it and flushed it to where they're the ones that saved us money, not the company. These guys are doing their job. Well, we don't.
Good job, guys.
I make a motion, we approve the treasurer's report.
Hey, I second it.
Ricardo,
Yes.
Jaeger,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dees,
Yes.
Passo.
Yes.
Clerk's report.
I gave y'all a copy of my report.
Questions on it? Okay, ordinances and animal control updates, you got anything?
Yep, I have a few ordinance warnings and violations out there. Let's see if they pay them. As for animal control, I do have an active investigation going on, so I have that going this month. Don't know when that's gonna be over.
And on my
Oh,
side,
wait, one more thing. So, the event this weekend, we brought in $532, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was $532. So that'll actually spay and neuter probably about 10 cats.
Awesome.
So, yeah, and I have a list a mile long.
okay, on my part of that, I've signed and sent out 15, 20 ordinance violations, I mean, several. And I had several calls, I went and talked with people and negotiated time limits with a couple. I've had 3 that have abated the issues, have taken care of it, they're off the list now. But then I've got others that I went to and all you do is get cussed out.
Yep.
So I just turn around and walk away, I'm not gonna handle that, I don't need to handle that. We have a list of vehicles that will be towed, but until we have a officer on duty, I will not send a record on somebody's property to get it. I'm not gonna jeopardize somebody's life over a car, junk
Yep.
car. But it will come, and they know it. Okay. Attorney's report.
Nothing out of me, it was a pretty quiet month on my end, other than talking to the mayor.
Trustees? Trustees?
Things I talked to Tommy about, and CJ were more fun with the street department, water department, nothing major.
Sue?
The fountain's still going, isn't it? That's all I care about. Fountain's still going.
We're doing the trustee report right now, Phil?
Yeah.
The only thing I wanted to mention, that most everybody I'm sure knows garage sale weekends. This particular weekend, we need a deadline, call the office. I posted that on Life in South Court. to start the list for this weekend. Next, following weekend on the 20th, and I think we're gonna do from 8 AM till 3 PM or 4 PM? 8 to 4, 3 dumpsters at the village, for the cleanup. And will they have, you guys have the metal for the back, to throw metal in the back of the truck, is that gonna be there too?
Yeah, we'll pull the truck out.
Okay, so I wanted just to mention that. Also too, and then just, we have speed limit signs at the campgrounds, correct? Do we have, because there's no speed limit signs down there. We need a couple speed limit signs in the park.
There's one there, but it's backwards.
Yes.
Is there some at the?
It's not at the entrance, it's like
At the-
after the entrance and it's facing the wrong direction.
Yeah. Is it
So
10
it's
miles,
as
is
you
it 10
leave-
miles an hour? I'm
It's
curious.
5 and it's as you leave the campground.
Just all I want to do is mention, we need a couple at the park.
Yes.
And we need to take care of that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, that's all that I have.
All right, go back to me then. All right, I'll talk about the police chief and ordinance violations. Okay, I talked to Tom Clark over in Dysonville. They're having issues getting their water bills out on a timely basis, and their people are getting late fees, a little bit of everything. But he wanted to know if we would try to take over their water billing. Not the water lines, he don't want us to take the lines, but he would like us to do the billing. Problem is, we read those meters. They don't have the telemetry that we do. So we've kind of come up with, or the guys have, a price about what it's gonna cost.
How many houses is there?
He told me 57 houses or meters that are active. It looks like we're looking at somewhere around $31,000 for us to change everything over, and to, at that time, we'll have to get a contract with them where they pay us back over 10 years or whatever it might be. I mean, we're not gonna give it to them, but they don't have the funding. And I don't know, I haven't been in a meeting yet, I'm going. But from what I understand, they don't have a lot of funding to work with.
Tony, is that 31,000 for those meters that we could read from? Is that
That
what?
way, they'll hook up just exactly like Bullpit does.
Okay.
Like we do Bullpit. See, Bullpit's got a different rate, they have a different rate, and it can all be done through our computer system.
And 31,000 for 57? Is that right?
Yeah, that's changing, well, those guys can pay.
Changed them, yeah, some of them, they're supposedly, most of them's copper, but if we gotta dig any up and replace lines, we gave it on the high side.
You know, and it may not be that high.
Yeah.
We're just speculating, you know.
But that would be something that we would
Yeah.
impress upon them, that they would have
JC
to
knows
pay.
more about what's in those pits than what we do, or than what I do, that's for sure.
Now, are they gonna compensate for Jamie or whoever doing the extra work on their water bills?
It's all gonna be done by computer. Just like ours.
We
I didn't know if that
get a
is-
little bit of money by processing them anyway, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but they're responsible for whatever that fee would be. The 31,000?
Yes, but I mean, I don't think they could pay it all in one chunk. What I'm saying is, we'll probably have to have, once it's all said and done, have set up some type of payment system, like, well, just like we put the water line in.
Hey, they're big boys, get their own loan. Are you girls okay with that? Adding 57 more accounts to your?
I mean, we already take care of the lines if they break. I mean, we don't even have to. I mean, Mike Dunpich tried to give me the village 20 years ago.
I see what would they even begin to entertain the fact that it would cost them that much money?
Well, what I understand from Tom is their board is in disarray at this point. And, but I'm gonna go over and talk to him and see, you know, present them what we can do. If they're up to it, fine. If not, we made the offer. That's all.
Please say it was 31,000.
Okay, yeah, I've already talked about the dam inspection. Okay, the same guy that's gonna do the spillway, he's also got a bid set for me to put an RV dump pad out there instead of letting it run on the ground. And for the people that care about that camera, we are gonna work on it. We were gonna do it today, but, I have to go away, so. Then the camera. They want that camera on our webpage, which we don't have to do, but we're gonna do it. Okay.
On those
and,
water meters they're talking about, you said 31,000,
That's on the high end.
but I mean, that averages out like $400 or $543
Yep.
A household.
and that's
The meter's
gonna,
what, 250?
So the register by itself is $245. The lid's $37. I accounted for like 10 new meter pits just in case, which they were 72 something. And I calculated about half of them might need dug up, so that was water line, new yokes, new meter base.
and that's you guys doing it?
Yeah, and that was labor included.
Yeah.
That's based off of like 10 weeks.
We paid almost I think we paid more than that. When
Oh,
we
I
did
mean,
ours.
this just
I
didn't
think we
sound
were
like enough to
like
me,
7.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll say it's for one that we have to dig up, it's like $600 or $700. For one that we just replaced the register, it ends up being like $230 or something like
Yeah,
that.
it'll bounce out from some may be hard, some may be easy,
Yeah.
the customers are averaging it out at.
And that was also before I found out that they were all copper, so it will more than likely go down.
Yeah, for copper, it'd be cut and dry.
Yeah.
Okay, the only other thing I got is I'd like permission to put liens on 3 pieces of property in town. Jamie Nobles, Randy Nobles that's on Taylorville Street, and also Daniel Beck, corner of County 5 and Walnut. I've tried to trace them all down, of course, Jamie's passed away, Randy, can't get no return call from him. Daniel Beck, I found 4 different addresses, the last one somewhere down in Missouri, and he hasn't paid taxes for 3 years on it. And I'm suggesting a $500 lien on all 3 pieces of property,
It's for what, Mayor?
for weeds and trash.
Like ordinance violation money that we never,
Ordinance
yeah,
violation.
okay.
The process is that we need to make a motion and vote on that, or is that what? I don't think we
That's
do.
why I'm bringing it to you guys.
I don't think we do, Tony. I think we have full legit.
I think you can just-
It's an ordinance violation. I don't think.
Yeah, if money is owed, I don't think you need you don't need a motion to do it.
I just don't want somebody to bitch about it too.
Yeah,
All right.
Good. Let him bitch at the attorney, get him to do it.
yeah, I will.
He can do the liens.
Mhm.
Okay.
There you go, sir.
Tony, I got 2 things I'd like to ask. When you get time. Huh?
Okay,
We ready for closed session?
yes.
I got 2 things.
Oh, hang on a second, Louis has something to say.
This is for Tony and
Yeah.
you, sir. We brought up about, the one sewer line down in Bullpit, and delinquent for years, and we said we was gonna do a certified letter.
I don't remember this one. I did the railroad one, but and the railroad still hasn't got.
This is last meeting, maybe.
Oh, I can't remember.
A couple meetings ago, I wasn't here for it.
Yeah.
I believe, Jared, it was the last meeting that they
Excuse me.
can't get on the property to read it. We said we are gonna send them a certified letter to allow us on there.
I can't remember.
He won't let us in the house to read.
They won't.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't want, I'm not blaming Jamie by any stretch this time, or not insinuating this, so I'm asking you to.
I don't think I have the address, but if you give it to me, I can
Okay.
certify it before we start beating his door down.
Okay, and the last thing is,
Oh, yes, the guy.
is there a possibility that people that wanna they put it on Facebook about the fire hydrants, your thing, the yard sales and the, scrap metal, is there a possibility that they put it on the village website? Because some people say they don't have Facebook, they don't
It is
do
on the
that.
village website.
Yeah,
it is?
Recent news, yeah.
On
Okay.
Facebook and yeah.
I don't look at it, so I just wanted to ask if that was gonna be a problem.
It's on
Thank you.
all.
They can subscribe to the village website too and get all those.
I just texted Jamie his I text you about
I'm trying to stay out of
the
that.
sewer thing to remind.
All of it.
So
All right, Entertain a motion to go in closed session, meeting, discuss litigation, with an action taken on behalf of people in the body, has been filed and is pending. And we consider appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, and discipline, facility.
Now to you guys, now,
I make a motion.
I second.
Yay.
Nelson.
Yes.
Yeager.
Yes.
Passo.
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Yes.
Thank you. Watson.
Yes.
Dees.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm sure they'll see it, no.
Hey, Conrad.
Congratulations, you're a big guy.
About your mouth or what?
2,000, what'd you buy?
My mother, truck. No, I had the.
$2,000, that's a hell of a deal.
I-